Hello, welcome back everybody. I got another Ventrac attachment today I'm going to check out, use, and show you guys in action. This one is the KR502 landscape rake. Now I believe this attachment here a lot of times gets overlooked, including myself. I've overlooked this attachment. I've always looked at this attachment myself as soil preparation attachment. I didn't really think of other uses for it. Recently, about a month or so ago, Ventrac come out with a video, just a short video clip showing this thing in action, doing some other things like moving some grass, sweeping it up and that kind of stuff. And it got me researching this attachment more and thinking of more ideas with it, of how I could use it myself. So before we get started, the operating width of this is 49 inches. This has the extensions on it right here. So if you have to get in tight spots, you can remove these extensions. These extensions, I believe, are a kit. And if you put the extensions on this, it makes it 69 inches in width. So today, the operating width of this attachment is going to be 69 inches. This does have the auxiliary height adjustment kit on here. I believe that also is an option you can purchase for this. But with having the height adjustment kit with this attachment, since it does power angle right and left, your tractor is going to have to be equipped with dual auxiliary outlet. So you'll definitely need that if you want the whole setup like you see today. So the more I was thinking about this, I have 3 hickory nut trees in my property, one right above me here, and they littered the yard, all the grassy area with hickory nuts, and each year I either have to rake them up or you mow over them. I know there's a lot of people, well, I grew up, we had a lot of black walnut trees. Anyone that has black walnuts, you guys know what I'm talking about. They're a pain. I used to have to rake them up as a kid, put them in a wagon. So I was thinking of different uses for this power rake, of what I could use it for. I also have an apple tree. I have to rake up apples and then we just give them away and feed deer with them. So today I was thinking I'm going to try this. Unfortunately, there's no hickory nuts. I don't know what happened with the hickory nut trees this year, but none of my hickory nut trees are producing any nuts. But I do have lots of apples. So we're going to try to rake up some apples with it. I am going to go out back and just move around some weeds, see how it does there. And I did just top coat the driveway with gravel today. So I got the whole driveway of number 8s, and I figured I'm going to use this because that was another idea I had with it. Leveling and grading the driveway, I heard these work great. So everything works out and it looks like it's gonna work out for me. This is probably gonna be the next attachment on my attachment list that I have. So let me set up the camera. We're gonna see this thing in action and show you it work. All right, worked really good for the apples. Cleaned them out of the yard here. Didn't really do any damage to the grass to say. Put them all in piles. I'm gonna grab the power bucket, come over here and scoop these up and go take them out back and dump them, and then put them in buckets and give them away. I do need to trim this branches down on this tree again because they are low hanging, but a little difficult to get underneath. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. Just cleaning up the apples, this made the job a lot easier than how I normally do it. Alright, so at first, this is the first pile. When I first started using this attachment, I struggled just a little bit. I was focusing too much on trying to raise the auxiliary lift up and down to adjust the stones. I found once I got it at the desired height that I used it for spreading the stones, it was easier just using the normal lift on the tractor to lift up and down. And it just made it a lot easier. I didn't have to readjust each time. Once I figured that trick out, it made this job a lot easier. Here we are with the power bucket on my 4500, and I do this a lot when they spread stone. I had them dump a little bit more here because it was wider here for a parking area, but I just remove the excess stone that I don't need, and then I just take it to other spots, the driveway, like in the front, and put it in the low spots. I know it's not ideal with the dual wheels doing this. I only took a couple buckets at this time, but normally I would take the duals off for this task. All right guys, so there's the KR502 landscape rake. This thing worked very well. It cleaned up them apples very easily, quickly. I'm pretty disappointed I didn't have a bunch of hickory nuts to try to use this on, because I think it really would work good for that. And the hickory nuts, there's a lot more of them than apples and they're a lot smaller, so raking them up is definitely a pain. I would have really liked to try this on it, but there's no doubt in my mind it would work great for that also. Grading the driveway with this, spreading the stone, it worked perfect on these number 8s. It took me a little bit to get the technique of it and get used to it, but by the time I got to this back part back here, I wasn't like a pro, but I was pretty good. I mean, I'd say another hour or more using this and I would be perfected on it pretty good. So pretty confident, but it's like any attachment, you just have to get the feel for it and, you know, figure out the tricks while you're using it. One other thing real quick, I didn't mention, but the front wheels, there's pins, you can remove them. So if you don't want to use the front caster wheels with this, that's easily removable, and then you can put them back on to use them if that's what you want. Definitely see this. This is adding to my attachment list. There's a few more attachments I'd like to get. And this is going to be definitely one of them, because I could really see myself getting the use out of this attachment. I'm going to go ahead and throw a link to Ventrac's site in the description below. So if you guys want to go on and look at the options, the accessories of the KR502, check out the specifications on it or any of the other attachments, tractors they have to offer, you can go on there as well, you know, look at all that. If you guys like these kind of videos, I've said it many times before, but for new watchers, I'm going to keep planning on trying to do some more of these Ventrac videos for you guys. So if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching.